You thought she was your peace until her silence became louder than her words. The most dangerous betrayal doesn't begin in the bedroom. It begins in the pauses, the late replies, the subtle distance that grows like a crack in the glass. She didn't leave with a suitcase. She left with her attention, and by the time you noticed her, heart was already gone. Welcome to Stoic Blend, where ancient wisdom meets modern life. Today, we're unpacking the hidden language of emotional betrayal, the kind that creeps in slowly, silently. Like fog rolling in at dawn, you don't notice it until you can't see clearly anymore. Most men miss the signs, not because they're blind, but because they trust. They believe in what they've built, and they assume that love, once planted, can't wither. But here's the truth. Cheating doesn't start with a kiss. It starts with attention, with shifted glances, with phrases that seem harmless, but are anything but. Let's break down 4 subtle but powerful signs phrases women use when their loyalty is drifting. These aren't always lies, but they're almost never the whole truth. 1. He's just a friend. The hidden rival. Imagine this. You're sitting beside her on the couch. She's laughing at her phone. You ask, "Who is it?" She says with a casual smile, "Just a friend." You brush it off, because trust is the foundation of every strong relationship, right? But then you hear his name again, and again. He starts showing up in her stories, in her jokes, in her conversations. She defends him passionately. You start noticing her eyes light up not when she sees you, but when she talks about him. And when you bring it up, she says you're overthinking. But here's the Stoic truth. A man doesn't fear competition, he respects clarity. If she laughs harder at his texts than she does at your presence, if she protects his place in her life more than your peace of mind, it's not about jealousy anymore. It's about energy and where hers is going. Emotional betrayal doesn't announce itself with fireworks. It slips in through familiarity. The friend who knows too much. The coworker who messages at midnight. The one she says, "Not to worry about, but you can't shake the feeling that you should." 2. Why are you being so insecure? The manipulation cloak. You're not accusing, you're just noticing. You ask calmly, "Is everything okay? You've been distant lately." She sighs, rolls her eyes. "Why are you being so insecure?" Now you feel guilty. Now you're questioning your instincts. Maybe you are overreacting. Maybe you're reading too much into nothing. Stop right there. This is classic emotional redirection. A Stoic man must learn the difference between weakness and awareness. You weren't being weak, you were being observant. But in one sentence, she made you doubt your clarity. It's like trying to point out a storm coming and being told you're just scared of the rain. But you know the clouds are forming. You can feel the pressure drop. You know something's off. When someone attacks your concern instead of addressing it, what they're really doing is dodging the truth. They're keeping you off balance, protecting a version of themselves that they know can't stand in the full light. A woman who values you will lean in when you speak. A woman who's hiding something will push you away with deflection, gaslighting, or guilt. If your emotional honesty becomes ammunition against you, it's time to step back and ask, who really lacks security here? 3. I just need some space. The soft exit. It comes softly. She doesn't yell. She doesn't accuse. She just says it gently. I just need some space. You want to respect that. You care. You think giving her space shows maturity, and sometimes it does. But more often than not, that phrase isn't a request, it's a test run, a rehearsal for life without you. You'll start to see it. The good morning texts become good afternoon. Then, maybe none at all. Calls go unanswered. The warmth in her voice? Now it sounds like a voicemail greeting. And while you wait, someone else is filling that emotional space. Maybe it's a new coworker who understands her better. Maybe it's freedom. Or maybe it's just the idea of not having to answer to anyone. You chase. You try to fix things. You offer to change. But she's already stepped back. And here's a Stoic truth that stings. When someone truly wants to heal something, they lean in, not out. Don't confuse absence with hope. Don't chase shadows trying to prove your worth. Silence is a powerful mirror. Let it show you whether her love is still there or if you were loving alone. 4. You deserve someone better. The polished goodbye. This phrase is sugar-coated with care. She looks at you with soft eyes and says, "You deserve someone better." And for a moment, it feels like kindness, like maturity, like grace. But it's not. That's not love. That's an exit dressed in politeness. What she's really saying is, "I've already made up my mind. I just don't want to feel guilty for it." She may not admit she's lost interest. She may not say there's someone else. Sometimes she doesn't even know why she's pulling away. But that phrase, that's her way of letting go without admitting she's the one letting go. Here's the tragedy. Many men hear that phrase and respond with love. They beg. They promise to improve. They say, "I'll be better." But she's not asking for more. She's asking for an exit. You're not weak for feeling hurt. You're not unlovable because she's pulling away. But you are mistaken if you believe this is something you can fix by yourself. Real love doesn't walk away in silence. It doesn't need to dress up its departure. It stays. It fights. Or it speaks with honesty. Conclusion. Stoic clarity. The power of letting go. These phrases may sound innocent, just everyday lines. But in truth, they are exit strategies. He's just a friend. You're insecure. I need space. You deserve better. Each one is a soft alarm bell. Not always intentional, but always revealing. They're signs of emotional distance, of fading investment, of a heart already turning away. Your role isn't to accuse. It's not to beg. It's to observe. Listen to the silences. Read the tone between the words. And most importantly, protect your peace. A stoic man doesn't argue with mixed signals. He doesn't chase affection that hesitates. He sees, he accepts, and when needed, he walks quietly, with dignity. Let me ask you this. Have you heard any of these lines before? Did your gut sense something long before your heart admitted it? Leave a comment. Share your experience. Your story might just save another man from making the same mistake. If this video helped you see things more clearly, subscribe the Stoic Blend. Here, we don't beg, we don't cling. We observe, we respond, and we move forward with calm power. Stay sharp, stay grounded, stay stoic.